Hello, you all. I'm back, ready to sew. So I'm going to share my screen here so I can start sewing up the birthday mystery block 18. So I have all of the fabric cutting instructions. So let's see here. I'm going to start with the house itself. So I'm going to pull those two fabrics out, my blue floral and this blue, medium blue. I'm going to get my iron hot here. Set that aside. So I hope you all enjoy my plan going forward to go live every morning. So at 10 a.m., I'm going to go live every day, whether or not I have an update or not. I'll do the update. If I don't have an update, then I'll just start sewing along. We'll just start sewing. So tomorrow's plan is to, let me grab my schedule. So I'm going to work on blocks 3 and 4 for pressed flowers. And then probably start working on either my red and white bias tape or that getting testing out the number of triangles, how much, if I have enough fabric to make 172 half square triangles for the monthly mini. That one I think is going to be a little bit more time consuming to finish by the 23rd. I mean, if I go over, whatever, but that just gives me less time to work on the next one because I don't want to not have something to work on when the next one comes out. You know what I'm saying? I want to be fresh and clean and ready for the next one. I don't want to have to be, struggling or working really quickly to get that next one, get the first one done before I can start the next one because I don't like doing that. I don't work that way. So I just need one small piece from this one. I typically like working with starch fabric, but this project I haven't been starching the fabric unless it's like really teeny tiny little pieces. And I don't think I've starched all that much. And plus, this is all I have left. There's not a whole lot left in here. So it's on my list of things to go get. And I use Faultless. Whatever I can purchase. This one happens to be heavy for a finish. I can get these at Walmart for like $1.77. I think at one time is what I could get them for. I don't recall what the new price is for these because it's been a while since I bought any. And this is one of 3, and this is all I have left. So I'm going to work on those. So my rulers over here. And let's see. So this medium rectangle is 1.5 by 4.5. And then I'll use. Then I need another one, which I think is what she's, my fabric for this and her fabric for this. Or see, this is why I have to look at the pictures. And because we use different fabrics, I need to make sure I'm making the right thing. So I need another one, 2.5. This must be the 2.5 by 4.5. Take the house units, arrange 2 medium 2-inch by 3.5-inch rectangles, which is either side of the door. And then rectangles 1.5 by 3.5, and a light, that's the door. And then the medium 1.5 by 4.5, that's the top of the, okay. So this medium is going to be 2.5 by 4.5. All right, so I need to get my ruler in such a place that I can get it out of this little corner of the fabric. All right, I need, oh, I did bring this with me. So yeah, I would love your input on how you, if people will be following along with this. I'm going to do it every day regardless. So I don't really care if somebody joins in or if they don't. These videos will be here so you can watch them and so along, you know, at your whatever time is convenient for you. Tell me what you're working on, because you know what? I might want to work on it too, and then we could do it all together. But so I'm going to go live at 10 a.m. every day as my plan to sew. So just double check that I cut that correctly. We're good. So I've got the one side. So I'm going to grab my design board down here, my little handmade ones. It's just a piece of foam board, and I covered it with batting. And these were pre-cut, so I'm not even sure how big they are, to be honest with you. I got them at Joann's, and I got like a package of them. It's 14 by 11 by 14. So I just used that size. It doesn't necessarily fit the, correctly like the Lori Holt ones are. There's one side. So I'm done with this fabric now. That can go back in my bin. So it's kind of the way I work. I mean, if this works for you, yay. So long, you do your thing, okay? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this looks like. I was like some layouts that she's going to provide for this. I'm really curious to see how that's gonna, what our options are, because I think I remember her saying that there was going to be some choices or something for this. All right, so I need a 1.5 by 4.5 and two 2-inch by 3.5. Okay. So let's see here. Maybe I just do this. I'm curious to know how the layout is, because I'm used to her doing mystery quilts beforehand. Was, you made so many of this block and so many of that block, and you put it all together, and it's like this really gorgeous little thing. This one here is a little different. This one here is kind of like a sampler. It's a different. It's a little different. Every block is different, and it's not her usual. I'm not used to that, but I'm enjoying this so far. 2.5 by 4.5, and 2 by 3.5. So let's do 4.5. All right. Now we'll square that up. So it's 4.5 wide. And I'll take a smaller ruler, lay this out. Clean up an edge. Oh, I need 1.5 by 4.5. So this needs to be 1.5. I use Creative Grids rulers. I've got a couple different kinds. All right, so there's that one. Now across the top, I believe. And then 2.5 by 4.5. So this one needs to be 2.5. We need 2 of these. I learned a lot of tricks from Edita Sitar about cutting, and I like her method sometimes of doing, her half square triangles. She cuts all these squares up into little chunks, into things. Yeah, this goes over the top of all of this. Okay, so then I need the white background. Iron this up a little bit. Whoop. So are there other people who are working on this project as well? Or am I the only one that I know of? I mean, I know there's others. I every now and again will go out on Instagram and look up the hashtag to see what others look like. But it's been a long time since I've done it, since this like first came out. Let's cut this little piece off here. I have this little basket right here where I put like scrap pieces. That'll go in my scrap bin. So I'm hoping at some point there's a lot of people out there making really cute scrap quilts. So I don't know, I need to go through my scrap bin because it's full. I can't really get anything more into it. You have that problem too. I had packaged up some things from another bin. I mean, they're huge. They're huge, like 10, 40 gallon, whatever, 40 gallon pieces. And I made scrap baskets and sold them on my Etsy shop. And those went really well. So now the light rectangle is 1.5 by 3.5. 1.5 by 3.5. So I just need a little bit of this. That's my door. That's not right. Oh, these were supposed to be 3.5. Yeah, actually 4.5. So I need to cut that down. Okay. 3.5. There we go. The door was short. Do that. 3.5. There we go. That's better. So now I can put those together. And I need some pieces here to make half square triangles. So I will scroll down on my instructions here. The HST units, are they 2.5? I don't know, there's no 2.5 by 6.5. So 2.5, 2.5 is 5. So yeah, they should probably 2.5. So I like to make my half square triangles the traditional method. So I'm going to need one piece. I need 3. No, I need 2. I'm going to have extra. I'm going to have extra for my parts bin. So 2.5. So I need 3-inch. So I can square them down. So I can square them down to a 2.5-inch. So I'm going to get 2 of these because I need one with each of the other fabrics. It's really nice outside. Sun is shining. Stormed last night. I can hear somebody outside mowing, so I don't have any windows open for that reason. But They were outside mowing yesterday, so I'm probably going to feel the need to get out there either today or tomorrow to get my lawn mowed so I don't look off from the others. So my boyfriend is in St. Paul, and we'll be there for quite a while, but he's helping with caring for his mom at the moment. But I'll be going up there a couple times this month for the weekend. So I'm going to try at the end of the month. I'm hoping I'll have a little extra spending money. And I'm going to go to Buttermilk Basin and see what she's got going on. See if I can find some little small projects, some quilty wool things. I like the combination of quilting and wool. All right. So then I need, I need 2 of these along with this one. Oh, I may have to do this one because I'm just using a charm square, so I may have to do this her method so that I can get 2 pieces out. I'm gonna probably have to do this her way, just because of the fabric that I have to use for this. Okay, so 2 dark, 1 square, 2 7/8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 2 of them. So that goes in that bin. 2 7/8. I like to turn my fabric upside down so I could see it better through on my ruler. I don't know how much. I don't want these to go too long. These sew along videos. So if it goes longer, I think I'll top out at an hour. So if it goes longer than that, we'll just stop and then I will update you tomorrow as to what I was able to accomplish. I only need 1/2 of it, so I think I only need 1 square. It says I need 2, but I think this is all I need. I may have to get a different fabric out. I'm not sure yet. 2 7/8. I don't like pink edges. I like to cut them all off. I have used them in the past. You have to, what you need to do with them is you measure it with your ruler to see where the pinking is and where the valleys of the pinking is, because that way in your brain you know where your 1/4 inch needs to be. That's the way I do it. That's how I figure it out. I'm going to cut that in half. So now one of these goes on one of these, and this needs to be 2 7/8 as well. So let's get this cut down. 2 7/8. By 2 7/8. I tell you, it took me a long time to figure out that 5/8, 3/8, 7/8 thing. I am not the brightest cookie when it comes to mathematical things, but I had to go and Google it, but now I get it. It finally clicks, All right, so I need one of these. I need those 2. And okay, one with the white. Okay, those get sewn together. So this goes down here. This goes up here. And then I need this one to go with this fabric. So we're going to cut one of these 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. I hope I don't get too confused. I'm hoping we build sort of really cool sewing community here too. So we can all share tips and tricks and things like that. So I signed up for a Tulip Pink block of the month. And that is starting in October with the Fat Quarter shop called, what's it called? Snapdragon? Something like that. This one goes here. Put this on here. Does that look about right? All right, so I can end the sharing. I think that looks right. Okay. Let's start sewing that together. Oh, while I'm at it, I need a 3.5 inch for my heart block. I need a 3.5 inch square. Where I start putting all of this away. And then I need to get fabric for, I'm going to use that medium blue for the heart. 3.5 by 3.5. Kind of shredded that one. That's the other thing I love about starching is that I don't fray the edges so much. You get frayed, but not as bad as this one got done. So, you know, to be honest with you, I picked up these Fat Quarter bundles at my local quilt shop, and they're all in this section together, and they don't say who the designers are or what fabric line they came with. So some of these might not even be laundry basket quilts, but I thought they were cute and very similar to her. Okay, that's the extra. That's a good one. I probably don't need this anymore. I'm going to iron this because it's a little wrinkly. All right, the other thing that I do, well, let's get this done first. So I'm going to, I forgot how I have this plastic template over here. I have this little basket. It came in one of the sew sampler things where I keep like bobbins and threads and needles and my seam. My little quilty guide thing. Oh, I think I have needles in there. This one doesn't go in there because it's too big. But I got extra little tools and stuff that need next to your sewing machine. So I have my little template in there for my heart. Plastic template that I made. And I need a 2.5 by 2.5 inch square for the heart. So let's cut that out. Ish, it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so now all these fabrics are done. I'm going to put those aside, put them back in my bin, so that when next Tuesday comes along, I can go ahead and pick out the fabrics for the next block. We can sew that together on Wednesday. So like in the block comes out on Tuesday, like this one does. I'll sew it with you on Wednesday. Even though this one comes out pretty early in the morning, I could potentially sew it on Tuesday. And I might need to adjust my schedule accordingly to fit it in. So I might do it that way, but there's no telling. No telling. All right. So I'm going to grab, I have this Ziploc baggie of scraps of my fusible, so I can use these small pieces, and I save these. I'm very frugal with this because for the Lori Holt hometown thing, I've been able to use some of these smaller ones. And then for other small projects that I do, like leaves and things like that, I could put, I put all the scraps in the Ziploc bag. But then I got these bigger pieces because I don't have them small enough here for this. So I'm just going to take my pencil, like little things that hang off like this. I'll just rip it off and throw it in the garbage. But so I'm going to try to use as much of this as I can. This piece folded up there. So this little thing, I can find a way to make that work. Be as frugal as possible. I'll draw it out. Then iron it on this piece. So I also want to see, hearing the lawn mowing going on outside, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have to go out there and mow. Not like it's a horrible thing. I like doing it. It's just that I might want to sew all day today. You never know. I'm going to make myself lunch. I went, I got some tomatoes this morning, and I'm going to took bacon out of the freezer, and I'm going to make some BLTs for lunch. I went to Aldi grocery shopping the other day, and they had some Italian bread in there. Oh my God, it is so good. It is so good. All right, so I'm going to iron this onto the back of this little piece of fabric that I cut out. And okay, I'm going to share something with you right now. And I don't know if this is a medical condition or what, but yesterday I had one of these, and now today I have another one. Ocular migraine, you know, the little, doesn't hurt. It's just that I see in my vision this kaleidoscope. I asked my eye doctor once. He didn't even know what the freak I was talking about. And he said, it's nothing wrong with your eyes. So it has to be some sort of another kind of medical condition. I can't even remember if I Googled it or not, but I hadn't had one in so many months. I know I'm having another one today, and I had one yesterday. So I don't know if it's my high blood pressure. I take a pill every day. It's only 25 milligrams. Maybe I need more. I don't know. But I'm not sure what's causing it. I've been eating a lot of sugar and carbohydrates lately. I need to stop doing that. All right. So there, I got my little heart. I should have been thinking about fussy cutting the center of this, but I didn't even think about it. So it just kind of happened. Yay. Happy accidents. I wasn't even thinking about that. So now I take my square, my 3.5-inch square, and I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to press the center with my fingers, and I'm going to fold it in half again and find the center of this. Okay, and I'll lay it here on my iron. So I have these like grooves. And then this, I lay it so that the center of my heart is on one of these dark lines on here, and that the tops of the heart meet on the other line, so I can find the actual center of my heart. And then I fold up the center to meet the line where the humps meet. And I press that, peel it off, and then I can lay it on here and get the actual center of each one of these 3.5-inch squares. Oh, it's so cute. Isn't that pretty? Oh, the light. Anyway, that is so pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, so that part of the block is done. I put this back where it goes so I don't lose it, because that is, I don't want to try to make a new, well, actually I do have a paper version of it. So let's sew this block together. And we've been at this for 29 minutes. So we'll see how much of the how much of this will get finished if I'm able to get, I think, I wasn't sure how much I could actually sew in like an hour online because I never really timed myself. You know what? I lost my. Anybody else use one of those little? I need to pick a fabric out of my garbage here. Well, let's take one out of here, a small one. I keep my needle in a thread all the time, but I don't have one on here for right now. I don't know what ever happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. So I'll take a small piece out of here. I'll fold it in half. Run that through. Oh, I was quilting my little mat. That's what it was. I took it off for that. And I lost it somewhere. It's probably on the floor someplace. I'll get stuck in the vacuum. All right. I gotta put my needle down and set it to stay in the needle down position. Make these half square triangles. Get this block done, so I'm all set for next week's block. I gotta watch. I don't think I've watched a video of hers in a while. She kind of does these little announcements in them. But I get so depressed watching them because she's always trying to sell her stuff. And, I want to buy more. But, you know, priorities and financial obligations and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to buy anything else right now. And she's doing a block of the month right now that I'm just like, wished I could do it. It was sewing basket spools and stuff. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so now I can start with this. Get the door onto one side of the house. So yeah, I'll sew for an hour and then we'll call it a day, and I'll come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we'll talk about where I'm at. And I think we'll just continue to sew. I mean, I'll finish these on my off time. I'll work on this some more today. I'm not going to sew too much longer. I'm going to have lunch and maybe sew a little bit more, but other than that, I probably won't sew too much today because I have a feeling my heart's going to make me want to go mow my lawn. Just so my neighbors don't think I'm a slacker. I was a slacker last year, and it was really hard for me to do it with my overnight jobs and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm going to have to square up these half square triangles. Tomorrow for sure we'll be sewing up some more pressed flowers blocks, that's for sure. All right, so let's square up these half square triangles. And my assumption is they needed to be 2.5. Let me go back here and look at this. Yeah, there's no note as to, once you sew the 3 of them together, it's 2.5 by 6.5, but there's no mention of the actual size. So I'm going to do 2.5 and see. Oh my goodness. See, this is the thing about doing half square triangles this way. They're exact. Absolutely exact. And I'm off a hair. Like a 32nd of an inch. All right, so now I need the picture. I'm going to get that back in here so I know I have to see it. I have to see it. All right. I just have to. I'm so visual. I have to see everything. Right, that goes there. So this one goes in the end. This one goes in the middle, right? All this dust in here. I just cut off dust. All right, 2.5. I've got plans for my flower beds this year, so I am really, really excited because I was supposed to have been retired at the age of 55. I'm 3 years behind schedule. That's because I got laid off from a really good job, and but I thought I was going to have to wait now until I was 65. That goes there, and this one goes here. All right, so let's put, I can stop sharing that. You don't need to see it, but I needed to see it, and I want to see you too. So, or see what the screen look like. All right, so I'm really excited about all of this. I hope I can continue to do this for the next 4 years. 62, I'm going to get my Social Security benefits. I'm already collecting, from my previous employer, I'll be collecting the pension from that, and it starts on June 1st. So that'll come in handy. May decrease my unemployment a little bit, but who knows? May decrease it a lot. We'll see how it all works out in the end. Okay, that's as much as I can do. I'm kind of looking forward to my boyfriend and I plan to be traveling. We just celebrated, so we've known each other 18 years, and we're together for a while. I know. Oh, hold on. This doesn't match. Did I not cut this right? So anyway, it was our 18-year anniversary from the first time, from the first we met. And so we hope that by our 20th anniversary, we're in another country, on a beach, maybe. Celebrating that. Oh, I didn't cut this one. Turn that one down. I have to check. This is too short. It doesn't fit over the top of this. So something's wrong with these, I think. I didn't make them right. So we hope to do some traveling, quite a bit of traveling. And I'm looking forward to that. I am really looking forward to that, and spending some quality time with my soulmate, having some fun. All right, so now I can put this one on there. So I need to go back and figure out where I made a mistake. Right back with you. So this goes this way. That didn't get cut off. My dog ear. This goes this way. Okay. So I'll sew that, but I need to figure out what I did wrong with this piece right here. Make the house units arrange 2 medium 2-inch by 3, or the 2-inch. What did I make them? 2.5. That's what it was. All right, so I just need to make these 2 inches instead of 2.5. Hold on. Let me do this just to make sure I'm not. So what I'm going to do is just cut off one side of it. So I'm going to change the way the seam is going. This is my little trick on how I fix these things. So let's go back show you my trick on this. I didn't make the size right. So I changed that the seams are going into the center because I need to resize this piece right here. So I'm going to lay that down. And I want to start from, because I want to keep the seam in there. So I'm going to start as if the fabric was flat. And I can make it 2 inches wide versus the 2.5. Cut that off. And then I can put my seam back the way it was so that it's to the darker side. So there, I changed the size of this. So now I want to do the same thing with this one. Change that. So I start here. And at the 1/4 inch line, I should see my stitch line. And that matches up perfectly. So cut that to 2. Got a little scrap. You know, I'm not afraid to throw fabric away. If it's too small, it has to be at least 1 inch before I keep it. So now I'm going to put the seam back to the dark side. Just in case. I don't think they'll show through, but so that should fit better. Perfect. Now I can sew this triangle to this to this, and then this to this, and then this top onto the whole thing. And then we're done with this. And it's 11:58, so we'll go till about 12:15. On this first one, we'll go for the full hour. I'll start sewing block 12 together on pressed flowers when we're done here with this one. I don't think I had anything else on my calendar. So Pat Sloan provides a calendar of what she intends to do. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I want to get through this first month just to make sure that I haven't screwed myself over and given myself too many assignments that I can't do. I want to make sure, and I want to be able to adjust my plans as the month proceeds, so I can just see how much I can actually do. I just don't want to, it's kind of like, you don't want to get burnout. You know what I mean? It's just like any other job. This is my job now, you guys, so not like I get paid for it. I get rewarded for this because I get to sew and make friends. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. We can have little live chats going on. All right. So now I put this on here. Get this other side of the house on. I will, just so that tops and bottoms, so the edges line up, I put pin at the end if it's a longer piece, just to make sure that everything's going to fit, and then you can kind of pull and adjust if you need to. And you didn't sew or you didn't iron that seam correctly, you still have to pull. You can still pull on it just a little bit, make everything fit. All right, now I can put the top on this. So this backdrop is also going to change, you guys. Over the weekend, I'm going to change it because I want to open this up so I can hang things in the back, because I might need extra space for like a design, because I have so many projects going on at once, case. And so this one, the batting that's on it, I have it in half, and it's like a queen size. So it kind of folds around the corner over here, but I'm going to make it go from the top to the bottom so that I can pull up the whole quilt. I can't get king size or anything on it, but I typically only work with smaller sizes. Okay, so I want these 2 seams to nest, so I'm going to change the order in which I have that sewn so that I like nesting seams. I don't want to have to press my seams open unless I absolutely have to. Like this monthly minis, I may have to do all of those open because they're so tiny and it's going to become a huge thick mess if I don't try to do something with that. So I starched my fabrics, and she suggested there's a video that she has out, and I'll put a link in the previous video to watch that, because she suggests to heavily starch it so that it's pre-shrunk, because they are such small pieces. I do intend to wash mine, so I don't know that it's going to be that big of a deal. I prefer to starch anyway, especially at that size. These blocks, I didn't do I didn't do any starching on the pressed flowers either, because they're such big blocks, and I really didn't feel the need to. When I finished like one or two of them, I felt the need to starch it after the fact, just because it wasn't laying very flat. And I only have one tailor's clapper. I just have this one. So I like to see Lori Holt's stack of them. $30 or $36 a piece. I can't afford that. So I'll put that on as a Christmas wish list item or something. All right, so which way am I going to? I'm going to press it with the seam going up, because there's less resistance with seams on the back side here. So that way it lays nice and flat. Oh, it's so cute. Whoops. Folded the edge over there. Come on. Ta-da! Block 18 is done. It's really cute. I like it. With its matching heart. All right, so now I can put all this fabric back in the bin until next week. Whoa. It's so full. So I'm not going to buy any more fabric for this. I did get that one little fat quarter bundle. But I'm not going to buy any more until... So that was 18 and this was 17. And it goes back on the bottom. These back in the order in which they're made. I don't want to lose the order. And then this can go there. And this can come here. Underneath there. Voila. Kind of falling off the edges. All right. I think I saw these on sale at Joann's. I don't know that I need any more. I have plenty, right? All right. So where are we at? 48 minutes? Let's see how much of this I can get done. I'm not going to need that ruler anymore, so I can put that away. I don't need this anymore, so I can put this away. And I want to work on Home Time beehive blocks. I'll put that there. So I'm going to need that. And then I have a drawer unit over here that I have more. Because I buy it just in like, what does it come in a yard? In a package, prepackaged. I don't get it by the bolt or anything. So, all right. Pressed flowers. The Love in a Mist. So, and I don't know. I cut and laid out all of the pieces. So each pattern, the lettering on the back side of what needs to be cut for it, and these little things, each one goes A through whatever. So I had 2 of them. I do have more letters, but I just wanted to continue on with the letters that were in the pile. So I changed the format from M to T. And so I had to change it in the pattern as well so that I didn't get confused. So I wrote it in the pattern as well. So I've got different lettering on here than what is based on the pattern. So I need to take my cues and I need to make 4 of these. So I need 4 of these. I need 4 cues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I had mentioned that the corner triangles, sew and flip triangles, I was going to use all the florals. I'm using all of the florals on this except for the blues. I'm not putting the blues on here. On the navy fabric. I just don't want it to get lost. I'm just going to keep all the bright colors. Also the pink, it's kind of a fuchsia. It's a floral, but it's the daintier floral one. I'm using that one because there isn't a big one for that one. There's red, but that fuchsia pinky pink, whatever, that I use that smaller dainty floral just so I can get that pink in there. So also the shabby fabric, it's really hard to tell what side's up and what side's upside down. And I learned a trick. Somebody said, I think it was Missouri Star Quilt Company, if you put it in a shady area, like under the thing, it's easy to tell. So that helped tremendously. And I think I knew that on my own, but just to make sure that I had put these all right side up. And I need 4 of these as well, because I got to do some sew and flips here. And I do use the this seam tape. I forget who makes it. I don't have the label for it anymore, but I do use that. And I got this in a sew sampler box like 3-4 years ago, and I still have it. This tape will last me quite a while. All right, so I get these, and then these go in the bottom left-hand corner. So let's do some sew and flips on these here triangles. On these. And I'm so visual. So here we go. I gotta make sure they're upside down so that I don't sew it right side up. All right. Here's one. I still don't trust myself. I know I turned them all upside down, but you know, I didn't trust myself with putting that upside down. Want to change it up a little bit in some of my sew-alongs. I want to use a different type of background fabric, like a solid or even a different color, because I'm tired of white. Kind of want to do something a little different. So there is a tilde pattern that I want to make, and I really want to use some of her backgrounds for that. So don't be surprised if we change things up a little bit, try something a little different. There's another sew along that's coming up this month, a little teaser here, and it is a fig tree one, and I'm going to use Lori Holt fabric to do that one. So I will use different fabrics, change things up just a little bit, so I'm not doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. Kind of like what I did with this piece of flowers. I just used what I had, and I had that half-yard bundle, so I just went with that. And I actually didn't know about it until a few months into it. I was watching a YouTuber, Kate. Can't think of what her channel name is right now. And I linked her before, I think. But she was sewing it along. And I was like, oh my God, I'm enamored with that. I want to do that. So I bought the box. And then I canceled the box and was just buying the patterns because they were $5 a piece. Very doable. I don't know, I was running, it wasn't quite, not like I couldn't afford it, but I was doing something else at the time. I just got hot. So I just needed to cancel it so I could have that extra money for something else at the time. But now I'm back at it again because I did it for a long time and missed it. And I'm so pleased to be back in it again. And I went out to her site this morning and there was openings in her for the Soul Sampler box. So if anybody's interested in getting it, it's available out there. And I can't wait to get my fabrics. I'm so excited to use it. It's so cute and so pretty. So I want to know about other sew alongs that are out there. Block of the month. Let's be some bombers with me. And I want to see what you're doing. And maybe I'll get involved too. If I have a stash that I can use, or if it's not too expensive, I'll go and purchase something. This one here, I don't think I made it. Didn't go far enough, I don't think. That's doable. I can make that work. That's fine. And this one here. I used to be so anal about cutting these off like this. I had to have a ruler. It had to be a perfect 1/4 inch. When Lori Holt was cutting them like that, it didn't bother me so much. And I was like, oh, if she could do it, I could do it. Why would I have to be so anal about it? All right, so I have 4 of those made. Now I need to take the same four that are left in here. So I'm going to throw these back into this little basket over here. And I need to put P in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, make sure that they're face up. It goes there. All right, that goes up in that corner. And then we're going to put an R on the bottom corner. All right, so I can put these in the basket. I will put my letters back in my little macaroon in the order, in proper order, so that they are ready for the next block that I do. And they're ready. So I'm going to do this. So where are we at? 57 minutes? We have like 3 minutes left to go. So I'm not going to finish sewing those up right with you right now. I will show you tomorrow that I finished this block. I probably did blocks 1 and 2 because that's my assignment. Let's see. Is there anything else on my assignment list that I'm missing? This is my little calendar. I don't like how it turned out, but I will find another method. Laundry basket quilts number 18. Oh, I was going to make red and white bias tape today. I think I'll cut the fabric. And then tomorrow, I'm going to run it through the new tool and see if I can make it. So I will cut the fabric. I think tonight will be my assignment. I don't have to be focused to make any piecing, laying out piecing very well. So I will make that bias tape. I will cut the strips tonight. So because I don't have equipment so that you can see me cut things. You know what I mean? So I will, at some point we'll be able to, and maybe if I'm just doing cutting that day, I can turn, I have like this computer monitor that is an all-in-one computer. I don't have a tower or anything like that. So it's on a lazy Susan crank, so I can turn it. So if all I'm going to be doing for several minutes, so I'm not like making you all dizzy and everything, I'll sit and cut fabric. It's not going to be an overhead. It's going to be at a side. So I do want to get some new equipment at some point, a really good camera, because I have been hesitating to put things on Etsy. I have like 4 items that need to be on my Etsy shop. And my camera, my phone camera doesn't take the best pictures, and I don't have any other camera. So and the lighting has to be just right. And I'm not a professional, so I don't know how to use all of the f-stop and that kind of stuff. So I may have to take a class. But anyway, hey, Quilt Bombers, I have so much enjoyed today, and I hope that you will join me again to do this again tomorrow and Friday, and then I'll be back on Monday. But yes, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m., I will see you here live, and we will bomb some more quilts, okay? Let me know if you've got another little tagline idea, but I really like being the Quilt Bomber. It sounds kind of fun to me. All right, you guys, take care. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.